This video is for the entertainment and education of grown-ups only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello there, my friend. Thank you for being patient with me tonight. Those of you on the live stream, still coughing, still lisping because I've got a lozenge in my mouth. But also, I've had all sorts of gremlins going on over here in the old home studio. In fact, I can hear some weirdness. It doesn't matter. We're just going to keep on moving. Thank you for being patient with me. My name is Gavin. This is my channel. And Robin, look what I was distracted by all of the hobgoblins wreaking havoc in the old fish home. So we got to turn on that light. Got to be blue. Doesn't match, but it doesn't matter. Guys, today's video is brought to you by the Great 2025 Baby Gavin Treasure Hunt. This is a game. Now, you guys know we take crimes and especially victims seriously. We don't take ourselves seriously. So I've created a game. It's called the Great 2025 Baby Gavin Treasure Hunt. It is a hunt for clues to find baby Gavin, who has gone missing from the Family Room Crime Lab. And I have to say, I've been trying to make it easy for you guys to follow. Certainly head on over to the fish tank and team up with somebody to help you out. But I've tried to make it easy to follow. They are text clues. You're looking for links scattered throughout the internet, my corner of the internet anyway. And look, I thought that Hungry Hacker was going to run away with this, but it has been 2 days, not quite, almost 2 days since Hungry Hacker has found the clue. They've been working on clue 11 for almost 2 days, but today, holy cow, we got a lot of people catching up. So hope you guys enjoy it. Looks like, I mean, we've got more than 50 people on the board. How many people do we have playing now? Oh, looks like my standings. Did I break my standings? I hope not. Okay, so yeah, it's like 300 and almost 350 people are playing. Yeah, head on over there to gavinfish.com. There's a link down in the description. We're playing. We're having fun with one another. We're teaming up. We're making new friends from all around the world. So definitely go and do that. Okay, now that was a giant plug, but let's get into the case at hand. We are looking back at the case of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Lily and Jack are siblings. They are 6 and 4, or they were when they went missing on May 2nd. Oh my goodness, all of May, all of June, half of July. It's been 2.5 months since Lily and Jack went missing out of their rural home in Nova Scotia, in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. Now, I know that this case resonates with a lot of us because they're kiddos, man. They're kiddos. And there was this major, intensive search for these kids, and nothing. They can't find them. And the RCMP and Canada in general, their law enforcement agencies, are famously zippoed of the lipo. They do not speak of the case because they want to maintain the case integrity. They want to, if it's a crime, they want to be able to prosecute properly. And so they do a very good job of no leaks. But that has left the rest of us to wonder what's going on. Now, fortunately, the RCMP has, from time to time, given us good updates on what they're doing. I mean, we've also watched interviews with the children's stepfather, a guy named Daniel Martell. He and the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, lived together Were together they have 5 children. One of them, the youngest, is a child that the couple shares. The other 4 are from Martell's previous relationship and Brooks Murray's previous relationship. But yeah, so we've had interviews with him. We've had one interview with her. We've had an interview with the biological grandmother. What I can tell you is that this is a mess. The 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 living situation, the life situation of these kiddos is a mess. Now, there is a very good resource for you guys. It's called crimetimelines.com. Let me bring you over to it. Crimetimelines.com has a very good case file that they've built over here, and it's just chock full of information, including maps and the whole shebang. Okay, so definitely check out crimetimelines.com on this case and others. But what I want to talk to you about today is a news release that the RCMP in Nova Scotia put out. But instead of reading it, we're going to come back and read this. But also, Nova Scotia RCMP had a Zoom call with members of the media up there, and mostly just read this news release, but also answered a question that I can see. Now, I was not on the call. I've tried to find the raw file of the call, see what questions were answered. But why don't we watch this together? This is a 2-minute clip from City News, a little bit over 2 minutes, and then we might pause along the way, but we'll definitely discuss after, and we'll get into some of these details that were just released.
The Nova Scotia RCMP's intensive investigation into the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan continues. The investigative team in the Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crimes Unit is leading the investigational efforts under the Missing Persons Act. They are assisted by RCMP units in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Ontario, along with the National Centre for Missing Persons and Unidentified Remains, the Canadian Centre for Child Protection, and provincial and municipal police agencies from Nova Scotia and other parts of Canada. Their efforts include reviewing approximately 5,000 video files that have been obtained through a video canvas of Lansdowne Station and the surrounding areas.
Remember that they were asking people for their trail cameras, for their hunting cameras, for their Ring doorbell cameras, from their dash cams, just to try to get some kind of lead on what isn't supposed to be there. What can they follow up on? Now they're saying 5,000 video files they've been reviewing.
Assessing more than 600 tips from the public. Formally interviewing more than 60 people, including the administration of polygraph tests to some individuals. Forensic examination of materials located through ground and air searches in Lansdowne Station, including a pink blanket that officers seized on Lansdowne Road.
Okay, so this is the first time that I remember being aware of the pink blanket, but it's not only the pink blanket. It is also, they said, other forensic examination of materials located through ground and air searches in Lansdowne Station, including a pink blanket that officers seized on Lansdowne Road.
And submitting judicial authorizations to seize and examine materials and devices that may provide information useful to the investigation.
I think when she's saying judicial authorizations to seize, what we would say in the States here is a search warrant. They call them judicial authorizations. We have majorly different governing systems between the Canada and the U.S. Though we share so many things, our governing system is pretty radically different.
Right now, there are more than 800 tasks associated to this investigation. A tremendous amount of careful, deliberate investigative work is underway by people here at home and in other parts of Canada. Our collective efforts will continue every day until we determine with certainty the circumstances surrounding Lily and Jack's disappearance. Investigators encourage anyone with specific information on the whereabouts of Lily and Jack to call the Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crime Unit. To remain anonymous, contact Nova Scotia Crime Stoppers either by phone, through their website, or use the P3 Tips app.
People close to the investigation have expressed
This is a reporter's question. That's why I kept it in here.
concern that the case now lacks urgency. How do you respond to that?
An RCMP family liaison is in regular contact with a designated relative of Lily and Jack. The RCMP family liaison provides ongoing updates and support to the family so that they are aware of what is going on with the investigation and the information that can be provided to them. The family liaison officer is a member of Major Crimes. So information is absolutely provided to the family through the people who have been designated to share those communications.
I thought that was an interesting answer to the question, because her question wasn't, is there a family liaison? The question, let's go back to the question, was some people feel like it's not going so quickly. Let's have a listen one more time.
People close to the investigation have expressed concern that the case now lacks urgency. How do you respond to that?
So does the case lack urgency is the question. I don't know why she stated it like that, but the question is, does the case lack urgency? And she goes, well, no, we've got people talking to the designated family member. Okay, does that lack urgency? And you know what? I get it. They have to do what it is they do, and there are things that they cannot answer, they cannot say, and that was a pretty political way of talking about that. Now, I want to hear your guys's. I want to hear your thoughts on what kind of other forensic. It called it forensic examination of materials. Here it is right here for you guys to see. Forensic examination of materials. Let's zoom up. Located through ground and air searches in Lansdowne Station, including a pink blanket that officers seized on Lansdowne Road. Now, if I remember correctly, if we go to crime timelines, the house is on Lansdowne Station Road, I think. Let me go. Hold on, I thought there was a, yeah, we can go to this map. This is where we are. Let me zoom out, right? So we're clear up in the northeast of Canada in Nova Scotia. And yeah, so Lansdowne Station Road, it's right around in here. Is that it right there? No, but I'll have to look it up. But anyway, they are located on Lansdowne Station Road, if I recall. So I'm wondering what you guys think of the pink blanket found on Lansdowne Road, and what other forensic anything do you think they have found? Let's go over here. Oh, hang on just one second. Jen Myers says we also have warrants here in Canada. So what's a judicial authorization? What's the difference between a judicial authorization and a warrant? I don't know what that is. But JoJo's Crime Lines and Mysteries, who I know is playing the great 2025 Baby Gavin Treasure Hunt, says, I saw something a week or two ago posted on YouTube that I don't think I believe. They said something about Daniel admitted that Malaya had someone pick up the kids and take them around. So I've seen lots of rumors. There have been lots of conversations, and sometimes I don't even mind talking about rumors. I just feel like in this case, I don't really trust the stuff that is online. It's just, I saw some screen grabs of texts that were purported to be from Mr. Martel, but maybe I'm an ostrich putting my head in the sand, but I'm having a hard time following anything. That's why I haven't brought that stuff to you unless it comes from the RCMP, or if there's some kind of interview that's done that we can actually watch, rather than kind of I don't want to put anybody down by using like disparaging comment or disparaging words, but the only thing that I can come up with is kind of rumor mongering. I heard this, I heard that. Yeah, that's where I am. But I mean, I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking anybody, because I'm not. I'm just not thinking of the right word. So Susan says they found Lily's blanket. Yeah, apparently it was Lily's blanket, a pink blanket. It was found on the road. We don't know when that happened. We don't know when they picked it up. If we go back to the release, it says a pink blanket that officers found on Lansdowne Road, and they don't say where it was on Lansdowne Road either. Just that it was on Lansdowne Road and that officers found it. Let's see. Just refresh. Sorry. Robin Bernardi is going to call the piece of pink blanket a MacGuffin. Okay. Oh, you're right. Yep. Gigi Ma, their house is on Garlick Road. You're right. Sorry about that. But it's in that general area, right? Yeah, I've reached out to Ian Runkle. I'm sorry I can't get Ian on the show. I've reached out. What else? Okay, so Jen says a judicial authorization is just a broader form of a search warrant. Gotcha. Wrong button. Here we go. Deanna says, why do you think they haven't sent out cadaver dogs? I really think it is Malaya and her family that have his or something with the kids. I don't know that they haven't brought out cadaver dogs. I know that canine units were out there, but I don't know if they were specific to live humans or human remains. So, yeah, I don't know. The other thing is, I wonder about this kind of stuff. I think to a cadaver dog, human remains smell different than other remains. That's what I understand anyway. But out in the woods, there are lots of decaying creatures, mammals. I don't know. I don't know. What about you? Deanna, what do you think? Yeah. Thanks, Jojo. I appreciate that. Yeah. Happy Hippie Homeschool. I know that they had dogs out there. I just don't know if they were cadaver dogs or not. Starry Nights and Firefly says they've used search dogs, not cadaver dogs so far. So, I mean, yeah. It's frustrating, isn't it? Isn't it frustrating not to have, like, well, I was just about to bemoan us not having the information we want. But that would completely forget that we're talking about two kiddos. What about their family members? What about their loved ones? What about their classmates? What about their classmates? I can't even imagine that, guys. You guys know I lost my best friend when I was 14. I cannot imagine going through that at 6 or 4. So their little friends, their little classmates, their other brother and sisters, if I remember correctly, right? Isn't it one boy and 3 girls? One boy and 2 girls, sorry. So their other brother and sisters, yeah, they're everybody. I can't even imagine the pain that they are going through on this. This is still missing. This is still a missing persons case. I think that we all fear that it is a homicide case, but we still don't know where they are, how they got away, or where they got lost, or anything like that. I don't know. Meredith says, Gavin, why isn't law enforcement addressing the mom running off? This is a very good question. My thought on that is that it's to them not important to their investigation. I can think of two experiences. Let's bring our kiddos back up here. I can think of two experiences that I've had with lifelong investigators where I've learned important lessons. Okay, the first was a guy. He lives close to me, and he is the former Pennsylvania State homicide detective that solved a very important case out here in Western Pennsylvania, which was the murder of Shauna Howe. It was a cold case for over a decade, and he solved it. Uh, so, yeah, Rick Graham. Sometime when I was looking at a case that he actually referred over to me, the case of Rochelle Brinson, which you can look at on my website, I would ask him questions and he would go, "Why are you getting so fixated on that? There's no investigative value in that. Are you sure?" And he'd go, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." Now, that kind of thing did lead the Shauna Howe case to be unsolved, but after he had looked at it for like 11 years, he's like, "Gavin, these are things that don't matter." Okay. The other one that I can think of is in the Ellen Greenberg case. Ooh, by the way, there's an update in the Ellen Greenberg case. Remind me to tell you. But in the Ellen Greenberg case, as I was looking through it, there was a very well-meaning and smart home sleuth, someone like me, right, an amateur, that got fixated on this thing in the video where a guy walked through the video. He was wearing khaki pants and he picked up a piece of paper from the lobby, and he has been known ever since as Khaki Pants Guy. Well, what is Khaki Pants Guy picking up? And when I talked with Tom Brennan, he's like, "Who cares what he picked up? That is not even close to tangential to the investigation, right?" Where was I going with this? Meredith's question. Why isn't law enforcement addressing the mom running off? I think number one, it probably has nothing to do with their investigation that's probably number one. Number two, there's probably no investigative value in talking about it aloud. Like whenever they release things like this, they're doing it because there is investigative value. I'm going to put information out into the public. What do you think they're looking for in return? They're probably going, "Hey, there might be more tips out there. We've gone through 600 tips. There might be more tips out there." Knowing that 600 tips have come in, maybe that would inspire somebody who is on the fence about talking to police. It might inspire them to talk to police, give them a tip. Contact Crime Stoppers. Did I? My buttons aren't working, but what is it? 800-222-TIPS? Is that what it is? Yeah, 800-222-TIPS. Crime Stoppers. Maybe they want people to know. Like they want people to know about that pink blanket. They wouldn't put it out there unless there is a reason for them to put it out there, an investigatively valuable reason. They're not going to put it out there just to satiate the public or to make people more curious. They're doing it for a very particular investigative reason. I'm wondering what that is. For example, if that pink blanket were found, and they said there's also other forensic materials, is that going to make somebody nervous about, "Oh, I had my hands on that pink blanket"? Say in the case that Lily and Jack were abducted, they dropped the blanket. "Oh, is that going to have any of me on it? Anything? Is there a satin border? Would it have my fingerprint on it? Would it have my DNA on it?" So they're putting that stuff out there for an investigative purpose to help with their investigation. And keep in mind, what has it been? 3 weeks? Maybe 4 weeks since we've heard anything out of the RCMP? It's what a great question, Meredith. Good job. I think they're not addressing the mom running off because it's not going to help them in their investigation, or it's doesn't matter to them. Jen Meyer says, I remember back at the beginning they had water search dog. So I'm sure they would have had a wide spectrum of dogs out there. Yeah, could be. D, well, thank you. Thank you. You know what? I think you'll find on our channel, I think most of you have found on our channel, in our community. By the way, there are two places that we interact as a community, here on YouTube and over on Facebook. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have TikTok and Reddit and everything like that. But where we hang out is here on YouTube, where we can chat with one another in the live chat or in the comments down below, or in the fish tank over on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, we're about to be at 5,000 members. I mean, we're getting close. But I think you'll find that we have a compassionate, caring group of people that we hang out with one another. Now, I got taken to task. I think it was unfairly, but I got taken to task. I kind of felt like that person was being Britta to my Abed, but I got taken to task for making a game talking about the treasure hunt out of true crime cases, murders and missing people and stuff like that. I think that's a little Britta. You should be more Troy. That's what I think. But it comes from a place of real feeling, right? That we need to remember our victims. We need to remember their families. So I'm glad that you recognize that in me and the community, and you choose to hang out here. I appreciate that. I thought they said originally wasn't Lily's blanket. What are they saying now? So K Bling. Yeah, you're right. I mean, all they're saying is it's a pink blanket. So you're right. Like, I think I put it in there. I just assumed it was Lily's, but in reality, it's just a pink blanket. That's all. Well, that's all they're saying. It could be Lily's. It could be somebody else's. But they did. Yeah. That's a great catch. Good job. This is why I need an editor in my day job. Like, this happens to all of us. We process information and we come to a conclusion. Our job as home sleuths, as citizen detectives, and my job as a local reporter is to fight against the urge to draw unfair or unfounded or stretching conclusions, right? So that's a very good reminder for me and for all of us. You're right. This is why I need an editor. I get caught on that stuff all the time. JoJo's Crime Lines and Mysteries. Have you been able to get any footage of interviews with Daniel's family that were staying on the property also? I have not seen any of that. If you have it, if you know where it is, please, let me bring up the kiddos again. Please send it my way. Go to my website, click on the little envelope. You guys know where it is, but let me show you. When you go to the old website, it's right up here. Just click on that. Okay. And you can reach me there or over in the tank. Just tag me in a post on the tank and I will. Fish tank looks like this. You just search the fish tank or Gavin Fish. You'll find it. Okay. I would love that, JoJo. Deanna says, this case has me frazzled. None of their family seem to care much. It is so sad. The paternal grandma seems to care the most. The mom has said or done nothing to find the kids that we've seen, for sure. Now, I tried to get, I'm still trying, the paternal grandmother on the show. She responded that she was kind of tired, and I don't blame her. But I would love to have her on to talk about the case a little bit. I think we all would love to hear what she has to say in kind of a one-on-one interview. Refreshy. Idea Delights loves the color of my shirt. Well, thank you. It matches my eyes. Speaking of eyes, guys, I had not had my eyes checked in forever. And I don't know if you guys have noticed or if you can see. Let me see if I can get. Look how scratched up it and like my glasses are peeling. And I realized I haven't had an eye exam for 10 years because my condition is just astigmatism. And these glasses have done great. And I am a person that is like, it is always in the case or on my face. These sunglasses I've had, I mean, it's got to be 20 years. I take care of things. But anyway, I went to the eye doctor and got examined, and the only thing that has changed in my eyes is my near field vision needs a little help. Um, but I ordered new glasses. I ordered 3 new pairs of glasses, so my costume's going to be changing soon because I did not order the Ray-Bans. I felt like I should switch it up a little bit. So hopefully you guys will like it. Autumn says, it brings attention to cases we might not even know of. I think it's great. I've learned a lot about some cases. Oh, I didn't bring it up. Autumn is talking about the treasure hunt, right? Yeah. I mean, that was the the point was it was threefold. I wanted to create the treasure hunt so that really the story is so that you guys would have something to do while I was gone to Europe. And I worked and worked and worked on it because I have friends out west that in their, well, family out west, and in their area, there is a treasure hunt where there's a clue and you have to go out into nature and try to find a QR code based on the clue. And then every week they send out more clues. And I thought that was a great idea to get people out into nature, right? Can't do that on my channel. I'd be sending people out in the middle of Timbuktu to find what is like people who live in Europe are going to come to Western Pennsylvania to find a QR code. That's not going to happen. So it had to be online, right? I worked and worked and worked to get it done before I headed out to CrimeCon, but I couldn't get it done. And what's it been? It's been a month since CrimeCon. That it's how long it took me to get it coded. But yeah, that I wanted I wanted you guys to be able to go around and see things on my website, see things on CrimeCod, see things on my social media presence, my YouTube channel that maybe you haven't seen. You know, one of the most fascinating videos on my YouTube channel that I'm most proud of has to do with Pedrinho Matador. It was the very first one that I did on this channel in true crime. So anyway, I wanted people to be able to see that stuff. And then the third thing was I just wanted to foster a thicker, more gravy sense of community. I wanted us to do something together. So that's why I did it. And I'm telling you, people are doing really well, crying out loud. I mean, a lot of people registered and a lot of people making Hungry Hacker, Autumn, Ainsley, and Jennabelle. While we have been doing this, you guys have solved another clue. Oh, but Hungry Hacker got out, found number 11. Hungry Hacker staying in the lead. Go and play it if it's your thing. Like no guilt, no pressure, but you're always invited. Come and play. And even after, I mean, there are prizes. There are prizes, but even after the prizes are claimed, it still I think will be fun. Or maybe I'll add some prizes so that we can keep on going because it's a fun thing, and I hope to do this every once in a while. Okay, let's bring it back. Bring it back, Gavin. You're talking about your glasses, your shirt, your game. Let's talk about the case. Sassy's Fabby says, Gavin, it was found in a tree. Okay. Susan says, if you don't laugh and find reasons to have fun, you'll drive yourself crazy. Guys, this is the truth. Susan is Rufus here. Listen to this guy, Rufus. He knows what he's talking about. If you don't get Susan is our Rufus. Okay. Hopefully you guys get the get the whole Rufus thing. What we talk about on the daily here on the channel are deep and difficult things to talk about. And so we should have fun every once in a while. Good job. Susan's our Rufus. The game is a way for us to use our own detective skills. I never looked at it any other way. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about the naysayers. Yeah. It was a very brutal thing to say. Darlene says, Gavin, that's a little bit of lightness in a world of hurt, despair, and death. You get it. You know we need a change, and looking for baby Gavin is just that. If that person doesn't care, yeah, I agree. I don't want him to just go away because, but maybe, JoJo's Crime Lines and Mystery wishes that you did have some footage. I haven't seen any yet either. Yeah. S&D says, Gavin, half the blanket was found in the garage and the other part found in a tree alongside the road. Is that what has been alluded to? I haven't heard that, but I haven't paid attention to all the little conversations about it. Yeah. Yeah, Susan, I'm going to have to get readers eventually, for sure. Oh, Robin says, every year in the Twin Cities, they have a medallion hunt. Nice. Gavin, I loved the shaved head. Oh, is that still on my YouTube channel? Did I keep that up? That's funny. You're talking about years ago when that's funny. Starry Nights and Fireflies says, thanks for covering the case. Our pleasure. We care about these kids. We care about them. We want them to be found. We care about their families too. Sassy's Fabby says, I forgot to put GF in my comment. If I remember correctly, a piece of the pink blanket was found in a tree in one of the first searches. All right. Okay, so where do you find the game? Arkansas? Great screen name, by the way. Arkansas. There's a link down in the description below, or you just go to gavinfish.com, and up at the top, right here, there's a link called Treasure Hunt. It shows up differently on mobile, but open the menu and you'll find the Treasure Hunt. And it's just we should be having fun. Let's see if anybody's moved up. Oh, one more person has moved up. Kelly Doobie Doo. I honestly thought that it would take months. And what are we on, day 3? Something like that. So people are doing really well. So Arkansas, head on over to gavinfish.com. And even if you don't like the game, there's a lot of stuff on the website where you'll be able to dig into cases. I write a blog. You can get access. There are links to Crime Cod articles. Crime Cod is my true crime website. It's also up here. So Crime Cod is a true crime website that mostly Jake writes for. My friend and former coworker Jake writes for it. But you can also just kind of go to gavinfish.com, see what the latest articles are, see my latest blog posts. Lots of stuff going on over there, but also the treasure hunt. And the treasure hunt will take you into the blog, and it will take you into the case pages, and it will take you into Crime Cod, and it will take you over to YouTube. It'll take you to a couple of surprise places too. So yeah, hopefully you guys really like it. Hey, I'm trying to line up a guest for tomorrow. Not sure if it's going to happen, but we will be back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on this here channel. Until then, you can hang out with me over on the tank. And if not, I hope to see you as I bid you adieu. I hope to see you tomorrow night. Okay? Thanks, guys. And thanks for all the love tonight. That was very encouraging. All right, have a good night. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.